I certainly am.
Oh, hang on. Put my mic on. Hey guys. I need to put some music on actually. Hang on. I'll just do it from here. Yeah, guys. If you're wondering why I'm kind of, I won't say slurring my words, but just a little. Oh, hang on. I forgot to push the record button. Just a little goofy. I just came from Days Gone event, which I'll explain here in a second. I need to go get some food in me and go bathroom, but they gave free beer out, which I can't say no to. They gave me 2 pints of free beer.
You can say no to it. You just chose not to.
I mean, hey, if you're gonna give me free beer at an event, I mean,
No,
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
say
blame.
no.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm just stating. You said you can't say no to it, and I say you can.
I know. Anyways, I'm gonna get some music going on in the meantime. Greg will entertain you for the meanwhile.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. Give me.
Why is the timer at 24 minutes?
Isn't it 24?
It's at 24 minutes.
Hang on.
I was like, we're starting at 45 minutes.
Oh, maybe. My mistake. Sorry. I am.
Well, that's blame the alcohol, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna go put music on, and Greg will entertain the chat while I try to get some food in me and sober up, because I made interesting decisions. Which I will talk about here in a second.
Oh, I actually need to. I'm gonna grab my phone charger, real quick.
Oh.
Let me change my camera angle. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab it and then move over. So.
Okay. All right. I'll hang around then. In the meantime. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, guys.
Oh, great. I'm glad just my large ass is just in the camera.
I mean, I can put the picture on if you need to. Alright. Let's see.
That's fine.
You good?
Alright.
Okay.
It already happened, so it's not like we can reach retroactively. I guess you can edit, but...
That's true.
You could just, when you edit, put it over the screen and just say too hot for YouTube.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be awesome. Alright, so you're good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I'm in the process of doing this. Let's see. Days Gone, that's Sony. Where is that? Do I have a video of Days Gone? I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go get the trailer. The newest one, actually.
So yeah, this week has been... When are you getting food, by the way? Like, are you taking off now, or...?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it here in a second. Sorry, I'm, just getting this one trailer, because I'm already in the midst of doing that already, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about!
What, for your rant?
No, for the pre-show. I mean, let me rephrase that. I know what to talk to you about, because I can talk to somebody, but...
Right.
Jesus Christ. The fucking daylight saving time is ruining my camera angle.
For those wondering, I get like this every so often, mostly at conventions, in terms of how drunk I am. But so short story. Whenever I drink at events or at cons, I get real nerdy, and I'll say I am Super Saiyan 2 drunk and whatnot. Right now I'm Super Saiyan 1.5. I'm not totally drunk. I'm a pretty good mid tipsy high right now. So, but yeah, that's what I do.
That's not too bad, right?
Yeah, ain't too bad. Oh yeah, you look good. I was gonna say something else, but not. It might break TOS. No, not in a rude way, more in a sexual way.
Oh God. All right then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Get the video. All right. I'll bring it back. I'm gonna turn my mic off. So entertain the the world, Greg, while I go and eat and pee.
Okay. I don't know what to say or what to do for you. I just sit here. Because Anthony took off. Like I'm a trained monkey or some shit. Oh. Man. See what's on the old Twitter, huh? See, what sucks about this is like I want to talk to somebody. I want to have a conversation with somebody, but Anthony's like, I gotta go make food and I'm late to the podcast. And I'm like, okay. And no one's in chat. No one's in chat. That's why folks 30 or 36 years? Yeah, they've been together 36 years now. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? They basically got married right before I was born. So, a month before. So yes, for anyone curious, my birthday is in a month from now. What is in the news I can talk about? Let me just give my opinions. Somebody's watching fucking Last Airbender for the first time ever. The camera angle's not very polite on the pile of trash behind me. Let's see what that Critical Role Kickstarter is at, huh? Over 8 million now. Jesus Christ. Man, you know, there's a lot of these like cereals that they just came out with, like Dippin' Dots cereal and s'mores and Pop-Tarts. I'm just like, why? Why have that, you know? I wonder if that Power Rangers fighting game is any good. You know, it's one thing to not have anyone to talk to, but it's even worse than not having anyone to talk to and not playing a game either. I'm literally just scrolling Twitter, looking for something to talk about. Dude, if a guy chasing a duck saying, "Come here, friend. Let's be friends, friend." So, yeah. It's gonna be hilarious when he uploads this whole thing to YouTube and there's just nothing. There's just absolutely nothing. Wonder if I can do something. Oh. I thought this had more extension, but I can see now that it does not.
I'm back.
Oh.
I got food.
Headphones on.
Piece of bitch.
When there isn't a mic attached to these headphones, I don't know which side they go on sometimes.
Gotcha. Now I hear it. Okay, so I got food here. I'm gonna let it cool off though for a second, but I will explain my experience. I'll put the webcam on in a second. I just need to load up the videos for today's podcast. Also, I need just a webcam settings. But okay. So the Days Gone event. It was actually here in Long Beach. I looked it up, and it was a bus ride away. Like, I just had to take one bus ride to get there and back. So it was pretty nearby. I went to go check it out. I got there about an hour earlier. It wasn't too bad of a line, honestly. If I would have came here, arrived at like around 4, it would have been fine as well. But just to be on the safe side. And yeah, I went there, and it was they were the devs. Some of the devs were there from the studio who made the game. So I was able to talk to one of them when I was there. One of the things they gave to everybody coming in is a wristband, and on the wristband you can tear off, I think, 2 tickets for a free beer. Because as I said earlier, the minute I walked into the door, got my badge, got my bag, I was given the drink. It was just like, oh, all right, this is starting up in a good way. So yeah, I got a drink.
That's so funny that they were just like, here's a beer.
Yep. Yeah, so they gave me a drink. I went straight to the demo stations because I have not played it in person. I've only seen it. So I was able to play the game twice. They're only given like 10 minutes for each person to play the game. And they had like 2 modes. They had the story mode, and they had the which takes it back. Actually, I should stop because I'm gonna end up saying this again in the podcast. Not thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff I can talk about briefly.
Yeah. But yeah, they gave me time to play, and I'll talk more about it during the podcast, the main podcast. But yeah, no, it was a really cool event. It's really chill. The one regret I did not wait on, and I should have, was that they had laid out the beginning of what food they had at first. They had labels of what was supposed to be there, and I thought that was from a previous event or whatnot, because they're gonna have like chicken wings, fries, like a whole just like wide range of food. When I got done with my playtime, my first time around with the game, I come back and like there was nothing there. It was like fries was like the only thing left, or like a very little of. So it's just like really just bummed out. I was like, damn, I could have gone free food too as well. I did grab like a kind of a cheese pizza, like one slice, like a very small slice, but that's probably the only regret I had about that event. But outside of that, like, let's see, that was really cool. I was able to talk to, actually, so one of the people I talked to, one of the devs, his name is Chris. I can't remember his last name, but I talked to him, just kind of asked him questions, like, hey man, how do you feel about the game? How you feeling? Just kind of, you know, touch base, like what they are right now, kind of questions about the game as well. He told me that, like, yeah man, everybody's feeling pretty good. Like, they just wanted to get the game into people's hands. They're really excited about the what people have been saying thus far about the game, just on the preview side thus far. And one of the things I realized as I was talking to him, like, one of the influences they had about making the game was a combination of Walking Dead and Anarchy, which totally vibes when I was playing the game earlier. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally see that. So like, he was explaining that he was.
When you say Anarchy, what do you mean? What does that mean exactly?
The TV show, the Netflix show.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Got it.
So yeah, what was it? That's not what I want. Game. So, one thing I realized as I was talking to him and introduced myself, he did to me. Also, I gave him my business card to the podcast. Right. So, like, you know, like, hey, what up? But like, he told me, like, I asked him, like, he said, what department are you from? He's just like, oh, I'm the head studio of the company. I was like, oh shit. Like, I was standing there asking questions to the guy who was the head studio of this company who made this game. It's like, oh fuck.
That's good, man. Because if you sent a good impression, like, that could be a thing for us in the future. So
absolutely.
You know what I keep doing? I've recorded reviews for you, by the way. Edit.
Yes, I've been waiting.
Just send them to you.
God damn it, Greg.
Dude, oh man. When I get a chance to tell you what's going on in my life right now, you'll be like, okay, understandable.
All right. That's, yeah, for sure. But no, yeah, I talked to him. He's a real cool dude. And just, yeah, I met a few people, talked to a couple who actually lives nearby me. About, you know, the game, but also just in general, like, gaming news and whatnot. So that we were both kind of pretty clicking on that. But I didn't stick around for too long, because then afterwards I had to head back here for the podcast. So, but yeah, no, it was a pretty cool event. Apparently they're like doing this kind of like world tour, I guess, of these events. They had one prior, I believe it was in Texas last month. They're planning to do another one next month. I gotta look up where exactly. But yeah, if you guys ever, if it's in your town or area, I say highly suggest to go check it out. One, if you're of age, you know, free booze, and free food if you can. And talk to like-minded people, and the devs are there, so definitely talk to them. He told me that this is the person I talked to, the dev. He told me it's his first time in Long Beach. Like, they work out of Oregon, that studio. So they've never been down here. So it was interesting to see him kind of like tell me, like, yeah, man, it's a first time being down here. It's very relaxing. It's very chill. Which I told him, like, yeah, it's pretty much what Long Beach is. It's like the people here are pretty friendly for the most part. It is a bit more colder down here, though. Well, I would say it's actually a bit warmer than where he is, because like I used to live in Oregon for quite some time. But,
yeah, I was like, it should be warmer here, at least, well, in Long Beach especially, than in Oregon.
Yeah. So it was a really cool time. They had banners. They gave us a free poster and a bag and what was it? What do you call those things? The things you put cups on. I'll show you here in a second, actually, as soon as I get this video to download. Yes. So yeah,
So confused by that. Yeah, man, it's been a busy weekend over here, because I recorded those on like I want to say Saturday, and then I got distracted by something. I don't remember what it was. God, I want to say it was my brother calling me about Dragon Ball Z. I really do. Oh. So I forgot to send them, but then after I got off the phone with him, I had to run because my dad has been kind of frantically trying to figure out how to make money right now. We're super low on funds, and every time we go out to DoorDash, somebody calls him and is like, I need your help with a thing. So then we have to cut our DoorDash session short, which means less money for us to make. And then, and he can't say no. Like, he can't just be like, I can't, I have to make money. Like, he can't do that. For some reason, I couldn't tell you why, but he can't do that. So then, to further that, he didn't let anyone know how bad the bill was for PG or for SMUD. So Monday morning, I take my shower. I'm ready to do a thing that I'll tell you about in a minute. And I'm in my room, and all of a sudden the power goes out. And I thought it was just a blackout. But then I started looking around the neighborhood, and I saw other lights on. I saw people watching TV in the same building that I live in. Because there's four apartments on this building. And I was like, all right, that doesn't bode well. So I look on the like an outage map, and it was like, why is that a thing on my laptop? Sorry, something just popped up on my laptop for no reason. It's distracted the hell out of me there. Gotcha. So I go onto a outage map, and I'm like, what? Like, there's no outages at all in the area. What the fuck is going on? And so my dad he has me on my phone call the SMUD hotline or whatever the number. And the lady's like, yeah, your power was shut off. You know, you're 3 months behind. And I was just like, I'm sorry, what?
What? Oh.
Yeah, like 3 months behind? How? And my dad was like, oh, I thought I had an extra month. I thought I paid it in January. She's like, you did pay a bill in January, but that was for December.
Oh, damn.
Jesus Christ. So then we had to borrow $400 from my aunt to turn our power back on. Because the problem is that you have to pay the bill in full and a deposit. The deposit is refundable after like a year. It's just like my aunt's being awesome though. She's just like, don't worry about paying back that $400. Or not 400, but the deposit money. Just get your shit together and pay back what you can. And I'm just like, all right, I'll see what I can do with my check that I get from the school. And then on top of that, my sister has been dealing with a lot right now because she's technically my half sister, and her biological mom, which there's some really negative, nasty history. I'll just put it this way, the simplest way possible. My sister hates her guts. To the point where my sister did not want to have anything to do with her biological mom's death at all. Like, she gave up all rights. But unfortunately, that's not how the law works, which we all thought it did. And so my sister was charged $1,000 just to get her mom's ashes. And then we had to drive down to Chico, which, if you live in California, is about a 2-hour drive from where I live, I should say. Just to clarify that. And she's going through a lot of emotions right now because there's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack. And she was just like, I want some company. So I went with her, and that was a fine trip. Like, there wasn't a whole lot to that trip until we got to Chico. When we got to Chico is when things kind of got a little bit harder to deal with.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was rough. And then there's a thing that did come out of it that's good. But I'll tell you about that in a minute. So today, I get off work, I come home, I take a nap, I get up, and my mom goes, so Lily thought she was done with everything, and then she goes, nope, and I go, well, what happened now? She goes, well, according to the law, if Lily doesn't clear out her mom's, her bio mom, her egg donor, as Lily puts it, clear out her apartment, the landlord can sue Lily.
Fuck.
And so I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, what do we do? Because Lily, on top of all of this, does not have the time to spend a day going down to Chico, clearing out a woman's apartment that she has no attachment to, while trying to get everything ready for a yard sale in her own house because her and her family are moving to fucking St. Louis.
Damn.
It's in fucking tense over here right now, so yeah. So the positive side is there's an old diner, like I'm talking about, it's been there for about 70 years, Chico, called Big Al's. And they've been serving burger and fries the same way for 70 years. Same kind of oil, same kind of same way to season the burgers. Everything's identical. But one thing they did back in the day that no other place was doing was making cherry Coke and doing it a very specific way. So they would take the juice from Mendocino cherries and add it to Coke, just Coca-Cola. And it was a huge fucking hit, like to the extent that people that's how it stays in business. Is people will show up out of town to this day and order cherry Coke from Big Al's. And so my dad and my sister were just like, we have to go there. My sister kind of grew up in Chico, so she's like, we have to go. Like it's a fucking staple and yada yada yada. I was like, yeah, I'm down. Like I haven't been there since I was a little kid, so I honestly don't remember it that well. I can't fucking tell you how good it is, man. Like it is, the burger is perfectly fucking cooked, perfectly seasoned. You can taste like beef instead of just like whatever the fuck is in fast food beef. Like it's absolutely one of the best burgers I've ever had.
Damn.
And the soda, like, because I just lost that game again on Tetris. The soda, like, you can taste, like, it doesn't, you know how like when you have a cherry Coke, you can kind of taste the you can taste the chemicalness of the like fake cherry flavoring.
Yeah.
This tastes way the fuck different. I mean, it's way sweeter too. Like it's punchy on the dick kind of sweet, but
I see. That sounds pretty tasty, though. That sounds like...
Yeah, it was like... I was really, really impressed, because I thought, like, everyone's just kind of talking up and making it a bigger deal. I'm sure it'll be good, but, like, it was just, like, it was a different kind of good. But, and when I say the fries are cooked perfectly, it's like they took fresh potatoes, peeled them, cut them into French fry shape, fried them in the morning, stuck them in the fridge to cool down, and then fried them, and then like keep them all day and fry them on demand. Is how it tastes, which is exactly how you should fucking fry a fry.
Damn.
Because it keeps the inside very potatoey, and like full of that potato-ness that you get from a potato.
Mm-hmm.
But the outside is really crispy. The edges are really crispy. Like it was, man, I was just like, these are perfect fucking French fries. Perfect French fries. So yeah, there was, it's a lot of that stuff, and on top of the stuff with the bills in the house and my dad and money, it's just like, it's a headache, man. Like, it's a big old fucking headache. Like,
Damn, dude, I feel for you. I hope everything for the best, man.
what I think's going to happen is that my sister will have to spend a day in Chico, clearing out that apartment. What'll likely happen, since I have the most loose schedule, is I will just take a day with her and go handle that. And we're gonna get a big old fucking truck, and we're just gonna fucking huck a bunch of shit into the truck and throw it away, like full on, like all of her shit. We're just gonna toss. And my fucking neighbors are smoking again, man. Jesus Christ. They smoke so fucking freaking, and my room just constantly smells like weed. I mean, it could be worse, but
Right.
oh.
Speaking of weed, I've been smoking. Well, to be fair, since moving down here, I've smoked more weed than I ever have up north. So part of it because my brother, he has actually there's several like distilleries down here. One of which is like literally around the corner from here, and yeah, we just been ever so often just getting just a whole bunch of weed, and we smoke it. And recently we had 2 pre-rolls. And for those wondering, I can say this because it's legal in my state, or in the state of California. So, just FYI, in case anybody was wondering or questioning about this weed talk. But
yeah, it's legal here in California for the most part.
Yeah.
It's still a federal crime.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I want to clarify how that works, because people always say that, and they're just like, you can still get arrested for having weed in California. I'm like, yes, you can. But you have to be carrying an absurd amount without a license to sell it. Then it becomes a federal crime. If you carry weed out of California into another state where it's currently still legal, that's a federal crime. But if you just have recreational use marijuana that you're going to use on your person, you're not breaking a rule, or you're not breaking a crime here in California. So it's a weird circumstance, because it's still a federal crime across all 50 states, but a few states have quote unquote legalized it, which means that on a state level you can't be prosecuted. Fucking bizarre.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I have been smoking a lot more weed since I've been down here, and I just recently got like these pre-rolls, which I already smoked, but they were really good. It's funny too, because I didn't know. I mean, I'm not surprised he had this brand, but par for the course. Tommy Chong, the man who's you might know him from that 70s show. I've known him more for the movies he did with Cheech and Chong. He had a specific brand called Chong's Choice Cannabis. And I'll show you the bottle. There's nothing in it, but I can kind of show you what this looks like. Can I get some more light? Yeah. Probably the best you can do at the moment. But yeah, it was pretty insane, because I got 2 of them, and I opened one up, and they were pretty sizable. Like the length of this thing was what the entire length of the weed was, and I swear, like a good third of that was just nothing but weed. It was just like, holy shit! It was pretty It was pretty intense. Me and my brother, we smoked one, and my brother got stoned. I got a pretty good high from it, off of one pre-roll, which was crazy. But yeah, Chong's Choice, man. He does not fuck around. But I find it funny. I have been smoking a bit more in. I'm getting my. I guess I would call it my weed lungs, because prior, like, I would smoke every so often, And I would do the rookie thing of like smoking and then coughing at the worst time. So then, right now, like whenever I smoke weed, it's actually I can control it better than I used to. But yeah, that's been a thing for me, which I'm pretty okay, and I can adapt to that. So
Um, yeah, it's really funny because of a lot of friends who keep fucking pressing the wrong button. I have a lot of friends who've never smoked weed prior to becoming legal in California, and then they do now because they're like, well, I can't get in trouble for it, so I might as well.
right.
And it's really funny to see how they react to it. So like one of my friends, he had never touched it unless he was drunk, because it was just, again, it was an illegal substance. And all that jazz.
I see. So you would just get crossfaded pretty easily then.
Well, it was like he took a couple hits.
Oh, okay.
But he never really, quote unquote, knew how to properly smoke weed. Like, you don't. My thing that drives me nuts is when people take big old hits and then go like, and then try to hold it in for way too long and then just cough until they're crying. I'm like, why do that? It sucks. It hurts. Take a small hit, suck it in like you would a straw, then inhale as the smoke's in your mouth. Hold that for a couple seconds and then blow it out, and you'll be fine. You won't be coughing. Weed is not that much. It's not that rough. It shouldn't be making you cough like that. But people just, they don't get that. They don't understand that that's how THC and CBD works. Like, so, because I've been smoking since I was like fucking 15, maybe younger. Like I don't know if you can hear my neighbor kids. They're just smoking and coughing because all of them are young and don't know how to smoke properly. Drives me nuts. Like, I'm like, you guys, like, I'll be out there and I'll hit and I'll cough, and they're sitting there like taking the same hits I am, and they're just like, cough.
Boy. So you are a well veteran at it then.
Yes, absolutely. It's really funny to me, but yeah, he did the same thing. So the first time that we smoked in his backyard, I had weed on me, and we went to his backyard, and I pack a bowl and I light it. I light it once, and then I hand it to him, and he goes to inhale and coughs like into the pipe.
Oh.
And it all went everywhere. Just like,
it's
fine. So,
man.
But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to see all these people smoking weed for the first time. I'm just like, all right, enjoy, guys. And there's some people that are just like, oh, it's too much. The high is too much. I'm just like, get a lower fucking, like, THC thing. Like, don't hit as much.
Yep.
Like, it's really possible to me, weed is no different than alcohol because you can overdo it and you can underdo it. Like I'll go outside and I'll smoke with the boys, and they're just like, "Do we hit this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they'll be smoking like 3 or 4 fucking bowls, and I'll take 3 hits and I'm good. Like, only 3 hits, and I was just like, man. First off, it doesn't take me much. Secondly, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
What I wanted.
I'm the same. Like it doesn't take. Well, I don't smoke as often. Although I say that now, I'm also smoking more recently. But oh, cute Pikachu. Yeah, like it doesn't take much for me either, just because I don't smoke as much. And it depends what it is, like how strong the THC is. Like 1 or 2 hits and I'm good. Anything beyond that, I'm like, I might knock out, depending what it is, depending what kind of type of strain it is.
Right. There's some strains that are like way fucking stronger on the THC side than the CBD side, and there's some that are like, that'll like get you a little bit wobbly versus just like that nice relaxed high. It's a whole thing, but
yeah, definitely.
People just need to do their research on pot.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people sit there and say that different types of alcohols have different effects on them, and I've never experienced that. Like, I've never turned into a different person because I drink tequila versus vodka. I get that has some effect on people, but you shouldn't ever really get that with weed. To me, there's two different types of reactions to weed. There's, I can function on it and be totally energetic on weed and still do my job and stuff like that. And then there's the people who, like me, who just turn into a goddamn vegetable.
Yeah.
And that's it. Those are the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I wonder briefly before we start the show, did you see the Avengers movie posters today?
I did see them around. They look fucking fantastic.
So, something funny about them. I saw a bunch of them pop up because, like, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of the actors from the movies were posting them on their own personal Twitters or Instagrams or whatever. And I was like, that's really cool. Like, they all got their personal one. And then I saw Marvel do it. And I was like, oh, that's neat. There's a bunch of characters there. I didn't really look at the Marvel ones. And then I saw Ben Abaya from Freaking Awesome Podcast. Shout out to those guys. I saw him post a thing about how he was like Rotten Tomatoes was like, Valkyrie survived the snap, and it shows her poster. And I was like, oh no, like, she's in Endgame. That's awesome. I'm glad that she's in Endgame because she's one of my favorite characters in Ragnarok. And he was like, this is the only one that matters to me. And I was like, well, hold up. Like, we don't know if she survived the snap. Like, I've seen this a couple times. Like, I've seen this, and we don't know if she survived the snap. Like, it's great that she's in Endgame. I'm stoked about that. But, you know, we don't know that she survived the snap. And he was like, oh, you got a point there, yada, yada. I then go to the Marvel side, and I notice a trend. Some of the posters are in color, and some of them are in black and white. And I recognize, suddenly, the ones in color are the ones who survived the snap, and the ones in black and white are the ones that died.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I went, holy fuck. And I started looking at them. Valkyrie's is in color. So she survived the snap. That's how Rotten Tomatoes knew that.
Ah, I see.
However, there's somebody else in those posters who is in black and white, who we didn't see whether they survived the snap or not. This particular person's poster is in black and white, meaning they did not survive the snap. And that person would be Shuri, Black Panther's sister.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Now we know she didn't survive the snap. It fucking sucks.
Damn. Well,
I was like, yay, Valkyrie survived. Sure he didn't, but yay, Valkyrie, but sure.
Yeah.
Wong also from
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange survived.
Oh, okay.
So I have a small thing on my phone here, and it shows all the characters. Like, it's because there's 32 posters, by the way. So on the survive side is Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Bruce Banner, Black Widow, Hawkeye, which he'll now be Ronin.
Yep.
War Machine or Rhodey, Rocket Raccoon, Nebula, Wong, Okayo. I always have a hard time pronouncing her name. Ant-Man, Valkyrie, Pepper Potts.
Oh, okay, cool.
Happy Hogan. Tony Stark's like security guard.
Okay.
And Captain Marvel. And then on the black and white side, it shows Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Gamora, Winter Soldier. I'm trying to blank on his name. Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, Groot, Loki, Shuri, the Wasp, and Sam Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So like it was like crazy. It was like, oh shit, Shuri didn't survive. We know that now. Wong and Pepper Potts and Valkyrie and Happy Hogan, they all survived. We know that now, so that's fucking crazy going into the movie.
Yeah, that's insane. That movie.
There's two on the because it says Avenge the Fallen on all the posters, and there's two in the Avenge the or the two of the black and white side that I'm surprised to even see in there because they didn't get dusted. They just got killed, and that's Gamora and Loki.
Yeah.
So are they gonna come back?
That is a ballsy move, man. At the same time, they have to be, because unless it's a prequel, like some of these characters that died, essentially they have already movies in line